Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Oh, my voice. Anyways, so I wanted to come on here and talk about the first date that I had after my ex. It was probably one of the worst dates in my life. So I was talking to this guy for like 2 weeks, okay? Just 2 weeks. Because I was like, oh, you know? So I met him through Snapchat. He messaged me. He was messaging me for a good, like, well, he would snap me, like he would reply to my story and everything, and I just wouldn't respond to him. And then like for like a good month he was doing it. And then one day I was at this family event. Well, it wasn't even an event, like my family just got together. They had like a barbecue and whatever, and I was not invited. Well, apparently we were, but my dad just didn't tell us anything, and I was like, bruh, are you for real right now? But I was so butthurt. Like I called my cousins and I was just like, hello, like TFTI, and they were just like, what are you talking about, dude? Like your dad's here. And I was like, what do you mean my dad's there? So I called my dad and I was like, why didn't you say that you were going to their house? And then, oh, I didn't know you wanted, like you would want to come. And then I was like, what do you mean? I was like, everyone's there. So I was just like, okay. So I ended up, let me get in the shower real quick and you know, just like crunch up my hair real quick. And I didn't even put on no makeup. I don't think I did. No, I didn't put makeup that day because I was just like, I'm just gonna go, it's just us, like whatever, you know. And if I'm breathing really hard, you guys, I'm sorry. It's just that I'm really sick. So, well, not really sick, but I'm sick. So like I can't breathe through my nose and it's so annoying. I'm having to breathe all through my mouth. So what was I saying? Okay, so we were obviously drinking and everything. Cuando no and shit, you know what I mean? But like we were drinking and you know we were having fun and everything, and I was starting to you know, feel a little bit. So he snapped me and I actually replied to his snap, and from there we just like were messaging back and forth. He was a really cool guy. Like he was fun to talk to. Like I talked to him like if nothing, you know. And it's really like hard for me to like talk to someone like the way I was talking to him. It was like really hard. Like that's just, I don't know, I'm very reserved. Like I'm just like, whoever is in my circle, like I only am myself around them, because I don't know, like I've always been like that. I'm very antisocial, you could say. Like I always tell that to everyone. I'm like, everyone's always like, oh, when we first met you, like I thought you were a bitch and blah blah blah. And it's just like, I'm honestly not. Like I'm really not. It's just I'm antisocial. Like I don't know how to socialize like that. Like I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, you know? Like whatever. I'm trying to like explain myself when I can't even explain it myself. But yeah, so everyone thinks I'm a total bitch at first, but then they meet me and they actually see that I'm actually a really cool person. And yeah, so I got along with him like nothing. Me and him were talking and blah blah blah, whatever. And he asked for my number, so I was just like, at first I was like very like, I hesitated on it because I was like, I don't know, like I just met you, dude. Like I literally just started talking to you. Like I don't know how I feel about like, you know, giving you my number. But eventually I did, like probably like 2, 3, 4, I don't remember, probably like 2-3 days after I gave him my number. We were texting, he called me, he tried FaceTiming me, but I was just like, no, I look like shit, you got me fucked up if you think I'm gonna FaceTime you. So no, I didn't FaceTime him. We would just talk on the phone, and like we would stay up super late. Like my sleeping schedule got so messed up because of him. Like, well, because I was talking to him. Literally I would stay up till like 4 or 5 in the morning. We would just talk. Like talk. All we did was ever like just talk and everything. Like I would tell him about my life, and then he told me about his life and everything. So yeah, so we were talking. So it was like the first week. It was on a Friday where the first damage happened. Well, not damage, but where it was like, well, he already had like those little, he had like little moments. I was just like, what is this dude's problem, you know? But there was, I remember it was on a Friday, and probably like the last 5 minutes of my my break, my lunch break, called me because he like wanted to talk to me, and I was just like, okay, you know. So I answered, and we were like talking for like a minute, you guys. And then my coworker, like, he made like a funny little comment, like he made like a joke or something. I don't remember what he said, and I laughed. Like, I was just like, haha, you're dumb. And then the dude got mad at me. He got mad at me, and then he was just like, you know what, I'll just talk to you later. And I was like, what the hell? Like, I was like, why? And then he was like, because you rather, oh my god, what's going on with this little strip here? You rather talk to your coworkers instead of me. And I was like, is this dude like for real right now? And I was like, alright. I was like, okay, this is gonna like start something. So I went outside and I was talking to him, and I was like, what the hell is like your problem? And then he was just like, are you serious right now? Like, you're over there freaking flirting with your coworkers and blah 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 blah. And I was just like, flirting with my coworkers? I was like, I am not flirting with anyone, first of all. And second of all, like, you need to fucking chill, because you ain't my man. Like, I was like, dude, like, he is not fucking for real right now. Like, he is not serious right now. Like, he is not fucking getting mad at me because I laughed at my fucking coworker's joke. So I was just like, you're fucking dumb, like, blah blah blah. Like, I was just like talking shit to him, and then he was just like, well, you rather just freaking like talk to your coworkers, so I'm just gonna let you go. And I was just like, you're being ridiculous. But I was like, okay, whatever. He's like, oh, so you're just gonna hang up like that? And then I was like, what the fuck do you want from me? Like, do you want me to hang up on you? Like, do you not want me to hang up on you? Like, you're making no sense right now. Like, that's like, I was like, ugh. So I was just so annoyed with him, and like, I saw the time and I was like, well, you know what, I have to go already. Like, I have to go back to work. I'm not gonna argue with you about this. Like, you're being ridiculous and blah 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 blah. Like, I was like, you're exaggerating. You are like, it's not your place to even be like acting like, you know, crazy on me, you know. So you know, he was like, you're really gonna hang up right now? You're really gonna hang up? And I was like, yeah, dude, because unlike you, I actually have to get back to work. So he's like, oh wow, really? Really, Jasmine? Are you being for real right now? And I was just like, oh my god. I was like, I don't have time to argue with you. Like, I really don't. It was so embarrassing. Like, I feel so embarrassed because some of my coworkers were still outside. Like, they were just chilling over there. And yeah, I was over here like arguing with this dude who was not even my man. And I was just like, what the fuck? And I was like, you know what, I have to go. Like, I'm out. And he was just like, you know what, fine then, Jasmine, like, have a good Friday. So I was like, okay, I will. He's like, really? And I was like, yeah, really. So he was just like, fine. And then he just hung up on me, and I was just like, okay, like, what does he want me to apologize to him? Like, I'm not gonna apologize to him because he, like I said, guys, he ain't my man. He was not my man. Like, we were just like conversating. Like, he had already told me that he liked me. We were only talking for a week. It's like, okay, like, all right, you know, whatever. So you want to be stupid? Like, you be stupid. Like, I ain't dealing with this shit. So then that weekend, like, I went out. I was doing my own thing. Like, I was just like, I ain't gonna worry about you. Like, you got me effed up. Like, on Saturday, I went to my cousin's son. It was his birthday party, I believe. And I was like having fun, drinking, posting, you know, the usual me that I'm posting whenever I'm out, you know, having fun and shit. And then on Sunday, I went to Horror Nights that day with Nashma and my friend Sam. And Nashma, also her friends were also there, so they met up with us, and we were just all there chilling shit. It was really fun. Like, it was funny though because the freaking guys were over there fucking being a little, like, they were being scared and shit, and I was just like, and then there's me and Sam, like, we were just like, okay, like, let's get through this. And then freaking Nashma, like, in the back, Tamien, like, fucking choking me because I was wearing a hoodie that day, and deadass, she was like freaking choking me, and I was like, are you for real right now? And I was just like, Nashma, you're fucking choking me. And she's like, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this. And I was like, ugh, whatever. Anyways, that's not the point of the story. So whatever, I had fun that weekend. Like, I was totally chilling. So he did not message me at all. I didn't message him because I was, why am I gonna message him, you know? So then he freaking he calls me on Monday. I was already on my way to work, and he was just like, so what, you're just not gonna talk to me? And I was like, no, like, why do I need to talk to you? And then he was just like, you're not gonna apologize? And I was like, apologize for what? I was like, what are you talking about? And then he was just like, well, the way you acted on Friday, that was not right. And I was like, the way I acted on Friday? I was like, I didn't do anything. And then he was just like, well, I'm at least gonna apologize for the way I acted. And I was like, well, damn freaking right, you better apologize, because you have, first of all, you had no right to freaking react like that, like how I told you that day. I was like, so, like, what do you want? Like, I'm not gonna apologize. I didn't do anything wrong. You freaking exaggerated. We ain't even talking like that. Like, I was like, whatever. So he's like, come on, give me a second chance. Like, I'm sorry. Like, he was just like apologizing. And I was just like, I don't know, dude. Like, I don't know if I want to. Like, I was just like we ain't even talking like that. And yeah, you're over here being a little jealous ass. Like, imagine how you were to be if me and you were to like actually, like, if something were to actually happen, you know? So I was just like, I don't know. Oh, I forgot to mention, you guys, he's also from Long Beach. He was from Long Beach. And okay, so once, okay, so he's from Long Beach and whatever. So he was, well, he was going to come all the way over here. Well, he actually did. He came all the way over here that Friday. So I was just like, you know what, whatever. I let it go. Like, I was like, just let this dude do fucking something stupid one more time, you know? Oh, like on Friday, so he was coming over here, and me and him were like talking. Like, I was getting ready, because, you know, it's gonna be the first time like I was gonna meet him. And honestly, you guys, I wasn't excited. Like, you know, when you usually like meet someone, like, you get a little nervous, like, and blah blah blah, right? I wasn't like that at all. Like, I called my cousin, and I was just like, I don't know, dude, like, I don't even know if I want to meet up with him. And then she was just like, just do it, like, see how it goes, and blah blah blah. And I was just like, okay, you know, whatever. Like, when I went on my, like, I don't like comparing, you guys, but I swear, when I went on my date, like my first date with my ex, I had all these freaking butterflies, and like, I was nervous. I was shaking because of how nervous I was. And with him, like, it felt like if I was just meeting up with an old friend. Like, it was like whatever, you know? I mean, I'm not saying that, you know, meeting with my friends is like whatever, because I love every time like I hang out with my friends. I love it because I miss them, and I rarely get to see them now. But it feels like that. Like, it felt like if I was just meeting up with an old friend and stuff, you know? So I was just like, whatever. So me and him, okay, so before that, I like was talking to him, and then he started arguing with me, and I was just like, what is going on with you? And then he was like making, like, I felt like the things he was telling me, I felt like he was like throwing shade at me, and I was just like, are you for real right now, dude? Like, he wanted to meet up. Well, no, sorry, he did not want to meet up. I wanted to meet up. He wanted to pick me up at my house. Like, I was living here, and I was just like, no. I was like, no, like, we're not like, you're not gonna pick me up, like, we're gonna meet up at the restaurant. And he was like, why, do you not trust me? And I was like, no, I don't. Like, this is gonna be the first time I meet you. Like, I may like have, like, me and you may have been talking like over the phone and stuff, but you're still a stranger to me. Like, and I'm not gonna have a stranger like come to my house and shit. So I was like, so no, like, you're not gonna pick me up, like, we're gonna meet at the restaurant. We ended up like, I went to go have pho because it was cold and I wanted pho. Like, that's when I was like obsessed with it and everything. So I went to go have pho, and so we met up there. I swear, you guys, I was still at the parking lot. When I was leaving my house, he told me that he was like 20 minutes away. The restaurant is like 15 minutes away from my house. So I was just like, okay, you know, by the time I get there, like, I'm only gonna be waiting 5 minutes. So I get there and I'm still waiting there for like a good 30 minutes. 20-30 minutes around there. So I was just like, oh, hell no. So I was calling him and I was like, where the fuck are you? And he's just like, oh, I came to do like something. And I was just like, are you for real, dude? Like, you could have told me this like when I was at the house. Like, I would have like left like a little bit later. Like, you should have told me this. Like, I'm on my way now, I'm on my way. So I called my cousin and that's when I was telling her, and I was like, I'm just so over this dude. Like, he's ridiculous, like, he's late, blah blah blah. Like, in that moment, like, I was just, like, I don't even know why, like, no se me, like why didn't I think of just leaving? Like, I could have just left. The dude didn't know where I lived, so I could have just cut the cord, like, been like, peace out, like, peace. Pero no, yo todavía de mensa me quedé allí. So he gets there and I was just like nothing. I didn't feel nothing, like nada. Like, I was just like, okay, whatever. So we hugged. I was like, whatever. We go inside, we order our food, and then he starts telling me things and I was just like, I think I was just already so annoyed with him that I was just over whatever he was telling me, and I didn't even get to enjoy my food. I was so sad. I was like, what a waste. I mean, he paid, but what a waste. I could have finished that soup, pero no. Like, he just pissed me off, and like, se me quitó el antojo que tenía. So I was just like, I was sad as fuck. I was sad for the food. I love my fucking pho. I love pho. Like, I love that shit. But he was just telling me things and I was just like, okay, so then what are you gonna do about it? Like, what are you gonna do to change what you're complaining to me about? Because literally those 2 weeks, like, when he was telling me these like things, like, I was just like, okay, and what are you gonna do about it? Like, okay, I'm gonna say it. Whatever. He did not have a job. He said that he was looking. He said that he had quit his other job and because he didn't like his manager there. So I was just like, okay, whatever. Literally for those 2 weeks, you guys, he would call me. He would still be at home. You know, when you're gonna go like look for a job, you're gonna go in the morning, go start like job hunting, apply online, but he wasn't doing anything. So I was just like, so when I was there, I was like, okay, dude, what are you gonna do about it? Like, he was telling me that like he felt like his parents were so disappointed in him and all that stuff, and I was like, okay, well, you could change that. Like, if you feel like your parents are so disappointed, like, do something about it. But no, like, I feel like he was just all talk. Like, he was just like, okay, I'm gonna do it, but he would never do it. So I was just like, okay, whatever. He said that he was jobless for a month. So he was jobless for a month, and me and him were talking for 2 weeks. So I was just like, I can't. Like, I'm not gonna be dealing with this. Like, in my head, I was like, I can't. Like, I'm not saying like, you're 23 years old, dude, and you don't have a job. Like, how did you even get over here? That's what I want to know. Like, I'm not trying to judge, but it's just like I feel like he was just all talk and he wasn't doing anything to like change nothing. So I was just like, whatever. So, and then he was then he told me that the night before he decided to drink and he drove and he hit a car. And I was just like, are you for real right now? Like, you're that, like, I was just like, what in the F? I was like, what? Okay, I was like, so what? Like, what happened? Like, how did you get over here? Because he said that the crash was like pretty bad. And then he was like, well, I mean, the damage is still in the car. He had a rental because he had to, something else was wrong with his car. So his car was at the dealership. So he had a rental and he crashed the rental. He decided to drink and drive with the rental. So I was just like, well, I mean, I agree. Like, I asked him, I was like, are you at least okay? Like, nothing hurts? And he was like, no, I'm fine. So I was just like, okay. I was like, fine, whatever. And we were like, whatever. So we were gonna leave already. And me and him I still had time. Like, because that was the plan. Like, me and him were still gonna hang out a little bit after, like, we had our food. But I just didn't want to anymore. So I was just like, I have to go home. Oh, no, he first showed me his car. First showed me the car. And I was just like, wow, in my head. I was just like, okay. I just feel like I've dealt with it before. And I'm not going to be dealing with another one. So, I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, I'm not going to be going through the same shit. Like, there was like little parts of him that I was just like, okay, he's like my ex. Like, there was some parts, like, not everything. Like, there was some things, like, I was just like, okay, he's not that bad. But there was other things I was just like, no, he reminds me of my ex, and I'm not going to be dealing with this shit. He was more celoso. I'm not going to lie about that. He was way more jealous. My ex was never jealous like that. And if he was, he would never tell me anything or, like, nothing. He would just, like my ex would just make like little comments and stuff. He'd be like, oh, so, you know, like, I saw you sitting next to that guy, like, who is he? Like, he never was just like he never came at me like mad. So I don't know, like, if my ex, like, I honestly, like, my exes were calm when it came to them like telling me something about like something that they didn't like. They didn't come at me strong, you know. They came at me like, okay, you know, tell me how they told me how they felt. Like, they were like, okay, I don't like how this person was with you, or like it looked like this way. And this dude, like, he came at me like, well, you prefer to like fucking talk to them instead of me. Like, I was just like, what? Oh, whatever. So I was just like, I have to go. Like, I forgot I needed to like help my sister with something. Like, so he was just like, you said that we still had time. And I was just like, yeah, well, I forgot that I told my sister I was gonna help her with something, so I have to go. So I left, and I fucking like left. I booked it out of there because I was just like, let me make sure this dude does not follow me or anything. So I left, and I was checking my mirrors the whole time, and I was like, okay, he's not following me, I'm good. So I was like driving normal, and I called my cousin and I told her everything, and I was like, okay, it did not go good. I don't want to talk to this kid no more. Like, he doesn't have his shit together. I feel like there's a certain age that you, like, at least, not everyone has their shit together, but at least they're in a place that they're just like, okay, you know, like, I need to do this, you know, to like get to where I want to be, you know. So I was just like, I feel like he didn't he didn't, honestly. So I was just like, no. So he then called me on my way to work. I didn't answer him. I didn't feel like talking to him. So I was like, I brushed it off. And then I sent him a text on my lunch. Let me read it to you guys, what I told him. Because you guys are going to love the response that he fucking told me. Like, I just thought it was so funny. I don't know why. I was just like, man, I put the effort in this, and this is where you're gonna respond. Let me see. Like, I feel like at that point, like, I didn't even have to give him a reason for me to like not talk to him, but I still went out of my way to like tell him something, you know. But let's see, where is it? Okay, found it. I'm so glad I don't delete my messages. I was like, oh, so he first texted me. I was at work. He was like, hope your day is going well. I miss you. He's like, thanks for telling me straight up how you feel. I really loved how much you care. It meant a lot. I know it seemed like it didn't, but it really did, Jazz. So then I responded and I was like, thank you for lunch. However, I just don't see things working out between us in the long run. And if I'm being completely honest, I didn't really feel like there was a connection between us. I'm sorry things didn't work out, but I truly do wish you the best. And he responded, for sure. He just said, for sure. So I told my friend and I was just like, that's all he said, for sure. So I was like, okay, so he doesn't really care. And then I was like, whatever. I then go on Instagram. I don't know. It was not Instagram. It was Snapchat. I go on Snapchat and then I looked at his story and there is, I don't know if it was a filter or something, but it had single, taken, and then it said drunk, I believe. And then it had like, it was the picture of like him with the beer. And I was just like, okay, so he is her. And I was like, okay. So then after that, I was just like, whatever. And then like 2 weeks later, he messaged me on Snapchat, and then he said that he wanted to talk. But I just felt that day he had messaged me like when I was still at work. So I messaged him back and I was just like, I can't, like right now, like I'm at work. He's like, okay, can you call me when you get off work? And I knew that the moment like I called him back, it was gonna be me and him being on the phone for like hours, and I just didn't want to be on the phone with him for hours, especially because I was tired as hell that day. So I was just like, I'm not gonna, like, he's not my problem anymore, and I shouldn't even like feel bad for me not even responding to him or me even wanting to talk to him or anything. So I just told him that I couldn't. So, and then from there he just like didn't message me, and I just took him off of Snapchat. Like I was just like, I don't want to communicate with him. So I was just like, whatever, like there's no reason for him to still be on my Snapchat and whatever. So yeah, that was my story, and I am so glad that I was like, early I was just like, okay, I'm not gonna be dealing, like the signs were all there, and I was like, I'm not gonna be dealing with this shit. So from there, like I was just like, you know what, maybe I don't want to be in a relationship. I don't want to do anything. I'd rather just stay single and enjoy myself. I am young, so I am going to like do fun things. Honestly, you guys, all I have to say is, if there is a sign, if you see there's a sign like in the beginning, cut it. Because that sign, like the first one, it's just like, okay, if they did it like this early on, like it's probably gonna happen again. So I just ask you guys to be careful out there, and make sure that when you guys are meeting up with a stranger that you guys have met online, to at least share your location with someone. I immediately, like I already had my location shared. Me and my friends, we have our locations with each other. Like they have it, I have it, like it's like that with us. But you know, they're all the way over there in LA, so that was not gonna benefit me. So I shared my location with my sister, and she already knew everything. So all I ask is for you guys to be careful, because honestly, this guy could have ended up being like really psychotic. And he didn't seem like a creep. There you go. He didn't seem like a creep, so I was totally okay with me meeting up with him. But all I ask is for you guys to be safe, and like I said, there's signs at the beginning, just cut it, drop everything. But yeah, so that's my story. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in, oh, before I forget, go like and subscribe to my channel, you guys. Comment whatever, like comment your guys' story or something, whatever, like crazy like worst date, or your guys' actual like date with your boyfriends or something, like when you guys first met them, like the love of your life, your husband, your wife, whatever. Like yeah. If you guys want to tell me your guys' story, just write it, put it in the comments. I would love to hear your guys' story. So I love you guys so much, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.